Oh boy, y'all. It's been a hot minute. Apologize. Been busy doing everything, but this is the coldest it's ever been for many, many years. It is 8 degrees right now here in Central Virginia. Let's take a look at the palms. Haven't seen them yet. I've wrapped some of them up. I have some protection. My Mediterranean fan palm under wraps here. I've got, it's just in a bag, so we'll see. I've got one of my sable palmetto seedlings here, which is starting to go palmate, actually. It's completely frozen, and we'll see what happens with it. It's right up against the south face of all this, so should be okay. Then we've got this guy, the Mexican fan palm, which I did something different for protection this year. Obviously, I made a little silo. You know, put this thing in a little silo, right? Put the aromas in there. There's a few degrees. There's a few degrees in there. Hopefully it's enough to, actually, well, you can look inside and you can see it. Hold up. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Hold up. Let's look and see. It looks green. It looks to be doing just fine, actually. I don't even see any spotting for like frost damage or whatnot, so there's a lot of lights in there, so hopefully, I mean, it looks to be pretty good. Oh no, the trachea. I see some folded up fronds here, folded up leaves. That means it's cold. 8 degrees, that's what, zone 7B? 7B temperatures? And this guy, yeah, the parts of the fronds have folded up on me, so you don't really see burn on these palms until a good bit after the freeze. It might take even a couple weeks to see the extent of the damage on palms after a freeze like this. So, you know, TBD on damage on these palms. I've never protected this one. Never. Not once. As you can see, it's got quite the trunk, though. You know, a good solid foot of trunk here. And it's got a lot of growth on it. A lot of these really nice looking fronds. A lot of spear action in there. I can feel a little bit of heat coming off of these bulbs I put there, but which was a good call. But we will see what the extent of the damage is probably in a couple weeks. But if there even is any, I've heard these things can take this and, you know, go through it fine. So we will see. We will see on this guy. Excited to see. Uh-oh, another sable palmetto seedling. Right down there. Okay, we'll see what happens with him. Oleanders, absolutely fried. Look at these guys. Fried. Not looking too hot. Not looking too hot. Same thing with this trachea. You know, this is its first year in the ground, so this one would be more damaged. If it was to be, of course, the fronds are, these guys are folded. If you unfold them, it's still green, but we will see what goes on really in actuality in a little bit. But I mean, I've heard these things can take 7A temperatures, so they're already down to it, so we will see. I'm sorry, I'm freezing cold. So cold out here. God dang. I wrapped up this. I wrapped up my palmettos just for good measure, because I wanted to ensure their survival, pretty much. And this one was having, I guess, freeze-dried frond problems on some of them. Even the spear is starting to get it, one of the spears, so it should recover in the summer, hopefully. But I just decided to keep it under wraps, keep it nice and warm. They're an 8A palm, which most years we don't get down to this cold. Arctic blast, really, but it'll be fun. It's in there. It's got some green. As you can see, it's not easy being green, so I'll just keep these guys under wraps for a couple more days until next week, when the temperature is supposed to warm up to mid-60s. So that's pretty cool. So, this guy, my Livingstone chinensis here, I haven't opened this up. I don't really want to let whatever heat is in there out. It's got some heat bulbs in the bottom there. They're cooler than the ones before, but they should provide just enough to where it'll be okay. So, got hope for this guy. Pull through. Then my second sable palmetto, well, rather my first. As you can see, it looks a little darker, but it looks good. And I put some insulation around it. This is insulation. This is the same that was on my Mexican fan palm. There's some insulation for housing or whatever, but I thought it might do some good here, which I believe it probably has. Again, this palm saw close to 10 degrees last winter unprotected. This is 8, and it did just fine. But just for safe measure, I decided I'll wrap it up, just in case, right? Want to preserve whatever I've got. So we'll leave all this under wraps for a couple days to let everything thaw out and get back up to decent temperature. Bananas are frozen though. Dude, solid as a brick, dude. That's nutty. Solid as a brick, dude. Like, that's crazy. It's like a piece of wood. This agave rated to zone 5 here. Chilling. Doing just fine. Fired up. My orange tree should be doing good. I have a little surprise for y'all. This guy, this is a sable, right? But I didn't plant this sable. It's self-seeded. This is a self-seeded sable here in Central Virginia. I dump a lot of dirt from my pots up in this area, so this guy probably got its start as a seed in one of my pots. I didn't know it's there. Dumped it out, and then voila, we have a little baby palm. So that's pretty cool. It looks to be a sable of some kind, so that'll be interesting to see. But yeah, it's just hidden right here up against the house, and this right next to the patio. So yeah, that's interesting. Thought y'all would like to see that. It's pretty cool. All right, before I freeze to death, let's go visit the live oak, see what we got. Of course, thing is, you can't really tell what's gone on here until a few days to a couple weeks after the freeze event. But first impressions, the live oak looks to be doing just fine, as usual. If I can ever get it to focus. Yes, it is green. As you can see, it's green. So yeah, these are rated to zone 7. So we'll see. I know places where they're native here in Virginia saw temperatures of like 10 degrees last night, so not too much warmer than here. But it looks to be doing alright, so we'll see. See what it gets up to. The wind yesterday was just nutty. I mean, it was every bit of 20 mile an hour, and everything was flying all up everywhere. I was worried all my, silos and stuff would get blown away, which it did once. My greenhouse did. But yeah, so anyway, this is what Virginia palms look like the day after a gnarly freeze. Well, in the morning of, rather, but so cold. I mean, coldest we've gotten in years, but these palms have been here for quite some time, most of them. Like this tracky here, it's just got a foot of trunk and a little guy sprouting off the side. And this Washingtonia looks to be in a warm enough place in there. Not even any freeze damage on it, so hopefully this is at a temperature that's sufficient for it to live, which it looks like it is, so that's good. Anyway, yeah, palms in Central Virginia. Well, have a good day. Later.